Hi, I'm Josiah, and I'm allergic to everything. What you can say when you introduce yourself at Hard Day Camp?
Three things that changed your life: Samson, Laney, and contacts.
First there was Samson, and right away you found a place for yourself in the chapter as the young prospect of Samson when you became a great Moscow under Scott Dillon.
Then Abram and I joined. You hated me right away because I was a new young guy. I ran for your position under Evan Hirsch, and I just used everything you taught me about the position to do a good job.
Samson owes a lot of our respect, winning chapter of the year, our success to you, and a lot of everything that you've done for us. Then there was a girl who took you away from us once a week for 2 years.
You owe that all to Kevin and I for setting you two up with an abundance of freeway phone calls.
That summer, you went for a new look and became more outgoing in the chapter. Inflated your head a little due to your strapping good looks and charismatic personality.
Josiah, I truly consider you one of my best friends. I cherish all your support and the good times we've had. You truly exemplify the word brotherhood.
Josiah, thank you so much for good advice throughout my AZA career. I'm glad that our friendship is this strong and that I can count on you when one another of us is down. I'll miss you next year.
From trips to Mama's Boy,
To tag on Fairmount Circle in '95,
to the time my jacket got ganked at Cotillion, our good times will give us the fondest of memories.
but nothing can top going to Solon, borrowing Mr. Herman's Daisy Dews.
And sneaking into the Hampton Inn pool.
We got you this towel as a memento of this occasion.
It makes good underwear. Have fun in Indiana. You don't have the chance with my sister. And with that, we present you, Josiah Alexander Haas, with your life.
My brother Aleph and sister B'nai B'rith girls. On September 25th, 1995, my life changed forever. I joined this organization a timid, unsure, not confident follower. Today I stand before you having given 3.5 years to this organization. I'm proud to say that BYO has molded me into the type of person I can be proud of. I have a plea to the younger members out there. Stay a part of this organization. AZA and BBG have the ability to change your life. You meet the most amazing people and you have fun. I've done it for 4 years and only now realize all it has done for me. I am happy to say that I've come out of my shell and am outgoing and interested in meeting everyone I can. BYO has been conducive to this change in my personality. The B'nai B'rith Youth Organization is here so you can get out of it what you want. As the great rock says, know your role. Do what you want and do not do what you don't want to do. It's your choice. This is what's great about BBYO. By the way, this guy's really cool. I joined AZA after months of telling my mother and father that I would not. It took a friendship of a person who stood beside me for 2 years to make me join. With the help of Kevin Rosenberg and Evan Hirsch, Scott Simon got me to join, and I thank him so much for him doing this. When I joined, it was the Four Musketeers. Kevin, Evan, Scott, and I went everywhere together. And it all began from a summer at PDC. My favorite memory from our early friendship was when the time we went to the Solon movie theaters to see Clueless and Pick Up Girls. Well, the closest any of us came was Kevin, who Stacy, cover your ears. A quarter for her telephone number. She took the quarter and threw it along with his hat up a couple of rows. Thanks, guys, for everything. I now want to thank those members who have moved on and gone to college. I'd like to thank Dan Rosenberg, Matt Rothman, Jesse Auerbach, Melissa Kaufman, Adrian Katz, Amy Filzer, Sarah Siegel, R.J. Weinberg, Sarah Birch, my playing friend, Mike Strayer, and Eric Stieglitz. These people are what BBYO is about. As older members, they became my friends, pushed me to stay active, and helped me turn into the person I am today. In the summer of 1997, I attended 2 summer programs, ISI and CLTC. Here's my BBL plug. Go to summer programs. Israel was unbelievable. Would not have been great without the owners of BB-8. So thanks to Mike Ehrenberg, Aaron Galvin, Eric Steinhaus, Jeff Walbaugh, and Avery Walken. These guys are great, and we got through the trip playing cards, eating schnitzel, and chocolate on bread. Guys, I will never forget the death hike. A person's family is very important to them. My mom and dad have driven all over the state and have paid a great deal of money to keep me going to these conventions and summer programs. Not only do I thank them for their financial support, but their support in general. I could not have asked for a more helpful and caring family. Thank you for everything. Also, thanks to my brothers, Jordan and Hayden. Jordan never found a spot in AZA, but still was there to listen to my problems, and even went to my young leadership graduation. Hayden, though he's only 11, jokes that he is Samson's most active member. Joe Klein is a great advisor and friend. We go way back to co-counselordom, and I even worked as his TA at Sunday school. Advisors give a lot of their time, so respect them. Thanks to Dan Patrick, Kenny Main, Stuart Scott, and Rich Eisen for being there for me every morning around 7-ish. They said they wanted to be here today, but could not get a flight out of Bristol, Connecticut. I also met a group of younger members who have motivated me to want to do something over the past year. People like Dave K., Ian K., and Mark Sugarman have shown me that there's more to BBYO than politics. None of you will ever beat me in a race. I will always be a human dart. Olives like Billy Radin, Adam Cohn, Aaron Sider, Adam Glauberman, and Ryan Levington have given me the courage to move on with my life and know that AZA will be safe for another 4 years. Watch out, Onar. Ryan's going to be ragged someday. It's also comforting to see members like Jane Zelenkov and Rachel Friedson who care so much for BBG. Jane, it was fun chilling with you both, sweetheart. When you are in BBYO, you are bound to have friends with little siblings. Jen Horowitz, Michelle Salzer, and Lizzie Foster, our younger sisters, are 3 of my good friends. However, each is an individual and has the heart to carry their own chapters. I want to thank a group of individuals who are my go-betweens between BBYO and Hawken. Mike Naiman, Noam Schaefer, Chad Greenwald, Robert Hoffman, Gabe Korek, and Leon Sinoff are olives who make me feel like AZA does what it is said to do. Each is proud to be an olive of this fine organization, and each comes up to me once a day in school. They are amazing people, so get to know them. There are a group of people who attended CLTC 3 with me, who I'm still friends with today. Sam Birch, John Greenwald, Katie Wells are some of the nicest people alive. Though we have not gone together all the time, I'm proud to say that each are my friends. John, I'll never forget the prayer in Shoter. I want to thank Josh Dolgen and Jason Spangenthal for always being the first to turn in articles for the Time Machine. Although we did not get to chill much, our friendship is still valuable to me. Also, your convention was one of my favorites ever. Andy, Willow, Barron, and Willow, I'm sorry that things did not work out for you this year, or for this weekend. You are a very caring person, so stay in touch. Nate Levin, you will do a great job this term as Regional Alf Mazkir. You're a great person. I have no doubts that you'll be unbelievable. When someone is elected to regional board, he usually becomes close with a specific chapter. Mine happened to be Genesis. The entire year, Genesis made me feel proud of them. Also, like Jordan Blank, Aaron Gerblick, Todd Isaacs, Eugene Sybil, and Mark Rosenberg have allowed me to become part of their chapter. Thanks, guys. I want a rematch in Worms. And congrats on Most Improved. You really deserve it. I want to thank Hi BBG. Remember, number 220, I'm the beau who knows your number. Thank you for three great years, and hope I've been a good beau. And to all those people who've been in High with me since I became their beau a long time ago, I really thank you for everything, and you mean a lot to me. Genesis and High have been great to me, but one cannot forget where he comes from. Samson AZA number 2076 is my home. To Sean Cutler, David Dushevsky, Scott Friedman, Andrew Grover, Justin Horowitz, and J.R. Siegel, stay with the chapter. You all have the potential to be great leaders, and I have no problem leaving the chapter in your hands. As Rob Schneider in The Waterboy said, you can do it. Congrats on Chapter of the Year. It's unbelievable. Michelle, you're one of my wrestling friends. I'm sorry that things did not go your way. You are a special person, and don't forget it. The last 2 New Years have been fun at your house. Lindy, you will be a great shliha. I'm glad we got to chill a couple times this year. This year has also produced a group of wrestling friends who I just started hanging out with. Guys like Ben Kane, Brian Reese, Justin Gurney, Seth Balcani, and Justin Falcon. You guys are fun to chill with. Brian, if I'm at OSU next year, we'll hang out when I come to Columbus one weekend. Seth, staying with you at junior senior was a blast. All I have to say is to Ben and Falcon is Nate's house. And to Gurney, I'm sorry we did not get the chance to play in our each other in miniature golf, but you know I'm better than you are. Do you want my life?
I don't want your life.
Aaron Newman and Lindsay Silverman. Chilling with you two has been fun. Aaron, you're a great girl and remember who your first was. Sills, I'm glad that you and Abram are together. You're a fun person. Don't let Abram boss you around too much. Jay Silverman, I'm sorry we are not as close anymore, but things happen. Our telephone calls, though rare, still mean a lot to me. Adam Fogel and Evan Bakken are the epitome of what Olive should be. They care so much for this order and their chapter. I'm lucky to have had the opportunity to work with them. Fogel, I have a hat up here. I'll give it to you later because, whatever. It's not that great. I don't know why you want it. Also, thanks for lifting me up during bow courts. JB, Aaron, Big Daddy, Ron, Ruben, Freeman, and Ari, you guys are my boys. We've been through a lot together. I hope next year we stay in touch. Big Daddy always makes me laugh. I'm glad we've become good friends lately. Ari, I envy your ability to stay calm. It is a talent. Ruben, you are my recruit. When you won for Shiliak of the chapter last year, it was as if my brother won. You make me proud over and over again. The 1998-1999 regional board was all world. I cannot have asked for the better group of people to work with. I'm sorry that I did not get to know all of you as well as I would have liked, but our lives together are not over. We still have all summer and, the summer. We really got to know each other well, and I thank you for coming to a couple of my AZA basketball games. Go to IU. Sarah is a fun person to be around. She's one of the people on board I've become closest with. Although she has become better friends with my brother and calls him more than me, I still like her. I will always remember our cooker's dinner. Ashley Mild is the person I knew best going into this experience. We hung out on the weekends a lot before being elected. I'm sorry that did not continue, but we have all summer. To the guys board, our chill nights were fun. I will definitely miss our dinner meetings. Matt, I know you'll do a great job this year. You have a love for this order that will show in your leadership. I'm glad we got to chill and believe we will keep in touch. When we have chilled, it has been a good time. Judah, I'm glad we chilled a couple times this year. You're a great person, and good luck with whatever you do next year. I know you will be successful in whatever you do. Also remember 77 South and Tuxedo Junction. Matt, Colby connection all the way. We go way back playing He-Man and G.I. Joe together, so we have this long-standing relationship. And a couple of times we chilled, we had a good time. Gotta love Mighty Joe Young. Jonah, we've become close recently. I'm glad we have because you're a cool guy. Also, no one messes with me the same way you do during an evening. Let's keep in touch. Fink, our years have been very similar. Without you, it would have been tough to get through it. Thanks for your help. Sorry we will not be in frat brothers at college next year, but we can visit each other. To Jonah and Jason, I wish you could have been there last night. It just did not feel right. Hang on, I'm almost done. I just have a couple more people I want to thank. Dan Salzer, this is the premier big guy. Thanks for every time you were there to talk. Your 4 phone calls a day helped me make it. Marissa, sorry things did not work out this weekend. You deserved it. I'm glad we chilled this year, and Sunday schools will always hold a special place in my heart. In a year, we will be at school together, so it's all good. Stacy Meerman, you're a great person. You're fun to hang out with, and I'm glad we are friends. Though we've not talked as much anymore, I'm sure when I am done with BYO, we will keep in contact. Lainey, I'm thankful for the time we spent together. You gave me so much and taught me a lot about myself and friendship. Thank you for an amazing 2.5 years. I could not have gotten through high school without you. Give me a call sometime, we'll go out. Katie Horowitz, thank you for the late night telephone calls. You have been there for me for a long time. Never forget the Hanukkah party, and don't worry, you've given me a lot of culture. Way to go, Vinegar. Nate Dogg, what is AZA thinking? You care so much for this region and Sampson. We are good friends, and I know that you will continue on with your head held high. You have made me proud over and over again. Come visit me at IU next year. Melissa Salem, I'm sorry you cannot be here today, but she is part of the reason why I'm up here. Her friendship guided me through my year on regional board and my high school career. Your friendship is very important to me, and I'm glad that it continued while you were at school. Jane, I cannot have asked for a better co. You've turned into one of my best friends, and thankful that we got to spend time on regional board together. Remember 3 things. First, I'm better at wrestling than you. Second, our 10 o'clock phone calls. And third, we'll always be friends no matter what. Katie Weinberger, you were there for me when my life fell apart. You are a great friend, and don't worry, I will not sing, but thank Eric Clapton. You're a special person, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We'll stay in touch, and I hope you get all that you want, because I know you deserve it more than anyone else. Abram, you're my best friend. Though we don't get to talk as much anymore, you're still always there for me. We can talk funny together, and to everyone else, no, we don't have a special relationship. I don't know what people are thinking. Arabika, the high school, driving, and the Hampton Inn have all been fun. Abram, you're a great person. I know you'll get nothing but success. With that, I dedicate my past to the 3 Musketeers, Kevin, Scott, and Evan. My present to Abram, Nate, and Samson, and my future to Hunter. Hunter, I know you have not exactly found what you're looking for in AZA right now, but eventually I bet you will. I want to tell you that of all my awards and accomplishments I've gained in AZA, my favorite moment was walking into meetings after Springfest a year ago and seeing you in Samson's room. I will not forget that moment. Thanks for everything. I also have my AZA pin for you. I haven't worn glasses in a while. It's kind of tough when you start to cry. I also have my AZA pin for you, since you never received one, because you got a BBG pin because of Smith at AITLT. I don't know. Okay. Please wear it with pride. I'll give it to you later so you don't have to come all the way up here. Thanks for everything, BBYO, and I guess the fitting way to end my time as regional Mosqueer is by saying aloha means goodbye, and thanks for everything. It's a great organization. Stay with it. AZA Best Scrapbook, 1998, 1999, it goes to David Gray and AZA. Goes to Synchronicities here in the Washington.
With all the honor, I would like to introduce to you for the very last time your 1998-1999 Regional Mascot Record, Jean Rebecca Foster.
I'd also like to introduce to you for the very last time 1998-1999 Regional Olive Moscare, Josiah Alexander High.
And now, with all my pride and honor,
the Olives of ONR for their response by their dedication and by their motivation and their true love for AZA that we saw is what they got out of it from what we poured in. And thank you guys for having us as your board.
Your duties as Regional Olive Gives Board. You, Judah Jacob Ariel, all your duties as Regional Olive Shaliach. And you, Jason Michael, Matthew Jason Smith, with all your duties as Regional Olive. You, Jonah Shine, with all your duties as Regional Olive Sagan. you, Jason Michael Fink, from all your duties as Regional Officer Dole.
In one of the greatest experiences of my lifetime, vested in me by the B'nai B'rith Youth Commission, I hereby discharge you, Karen Austrian, from your duties as Regional Madrika. You, Jane Rebecca Foster, from your duties as Maskara Arakat.
I know you'll be an amazing Godot and lead us to even more greatness, and I'm very proud of you. And I have the pleasure of giving you this hat. And each regional officer has worn this for the past couple of years, and even though it looks a little stupid, he still has to wear it. So here you go. Matt.
Oh, it's a microwave for the office. So now, instead of those late Wednesday nights ordering crappy food from Pizza Hut.
Alright, so now, without much further talking.
They've worked 4 years in this organization and a year, some to giving of their heart and their soul, and every day making a commitment to this region and to bettering the region. And this is their chance to say goodbye to everything that they've done. And just a very special moment, and hope you guys take away from their words of wisdom. They have a lot to offer, and take it and build this region even better next year.
First, I want to let them give their lives because that's important here. But please be respectful of people crying or laughing, whatever they're doing. Like, a lot of emotions come out during this, and a lot of different things are said. These are 10 people that have worked incredibly hard for the last 4 years, and especially for the last year, to give you guys an incredible region and work as hard as they can to make science for us. But no further ado, I like Aaron.
He's funny, boy.
Jane Rebecca Foster. My confidant, my bed buddy, my partner in crime, my best friend, my Jamie. I love you. It only seems right for my left.
I don't know how to start the end. When you're 18 years old, 4 years is a long time. And this year went so quickly. I remember Silverman, I love you so much. Kala was so good for us, and now I value our friendship more than you know. You always let me know you care, and I appreciate it so much. I'm sleeping over spring break. Ashley, I don't know where to start with you. Sometimes I'm so incredibly jealous of you, even though I love you. You just seem so much cooler and more together. I know you disagree, but you're the only person I ever fight with. You challenge me. I'm so happy we got to share this experience. Stacy, you make me smile. Thank you for calling. Thank you for letting Nick into your house. Thanks for hanging out with me on weekends and being my friend. I love you, Sana. Lizzie, part of me wishes I could be you so I could do it all over again. The other part is scared you're going to be hurt by some aspect of BBYO. But our friendship is so much more than BBYO. You're my best friend. I'm going to miss you more than anybody next year. I love you so much. Please come up now and get my baby treatment. Finally, there are 3 people who have made this year for me. They have been my nightly phone calls, my laughter, my confidants, and my best friend. Josiah, I didn't know you last year, and now you're one of my best friends. You were the most wonderful call I could have ever dreamed of, but bets in wrestling, but I still love you. Katie Weinberger. I don't know when it happened, but now if I go 2 minutes without talking to you, I miss you. Thank you for Seventharian, Brittany, poems, snow days, plans every night, Target, ice cream, our songs, Wanda, and so much more. If you don't go to Mexico, I won't go to college. I just don't know what to say. I don't want to talk about this weekend because it has nothing to do with our friendship, but I know how much you are hurting inside right now, and that kills me. You would have been the best regional to see in the world, but something got messed up along the path. But the people that matter love you, especially me. You were the girl I tried to inspire, to take under my wing, and then you became my best friend. And I love you so much. Thank you for being there for me, and I promise you that I'm going to be there for you from tomorrow until the day I leave. I love you so much. And now it's the end of the end.
Is it recording? Yeah. Film Chad. No, I wanted. Where's the Zoom chat? Huh? No, I wanted Scott. Scott, I wanted. Looks like Stone Cold. Doorknob, whoop the shit out of him.
Alright, Samson on Hirsch beating again.
Joining is what, number 92?
That kept tabs?
Alright.
Just start talking. Maybe more than that.
Alright, listen. Being that AZA is sort of like a half serious, half not serious thing. I mean, it's for social reasons to have fun. And it's also for young boys to develop into men. I'm just talking straight. So, I don't know if you guys, I know that you guys, most of you, I mean, besides older guys, can't know, but guys like Hirsch and Josiah and Kevin, I remember when they were freshmen. I don't know if they were 8th graders.
No.
We were never 8th graders.
I was.
We like, when we were all insecure little, you know, guys that like to look up the seniors' skirts at school, and we're too shy to like say one word. And for guys like Hirsch, who started just sitting in the back of the meeting farting. And I don't know, you guys, just like my generation, me and Hirsch and Josiah and Kevin and Nate came along and Pliskin, you know, just like we owe the older guys like Zimmerman, Rothman, and Stevens, and people maybe you don't even know their names. You guys pretty much owe them a big thank you and a big, you know, our chapter is here because of you. And the truth is that AZA takes little shits with glasses that are allergic to everything and braces the size of their eyes and turns them into like oh my god! Oh my god!
You think I should help my cousins? He was just smiling.
It's recording too.
Ruben.
Chad, if you want him to sit down. You like standing?
I mean, AZA is a lot of laughs, and it can be a lot of crying too, if you're in the right place and participate the right way. It can be a lot of disappointment, and it can break your heart at times. And at times you can feel like you're on top of the world just sitting in your room, eating off, whatever. Joel.
zoom in, Joel.
Film Joel.
Keep calling doorknob. I don't give a shit.
Okay. I don't know about past Samson generations before me. I joined late in like 10th grade at the same exact time as Josiah and Kevin, pretty much. I mean, within 2 months. Yeah. And I always hated Scott Zerman for being me for Godol, but, you know, shit happens. And I can remember times like they were yesterday, like Josiah and Nate running against each other for chapter Godol. It was like a war. And, but everybody has their time, and I guess this is time for what's sort of the older generation here to leave. And I don't know. I mean, I've been away for a while, and Scott Zimmerman's been away for a while. We haven't seen Chad, and I don't know. I haven't been here so long.
Pretty much ever since Leanne was supposed to.
And
Since what?
I don't really know. Listen up.
That's right.
I don't really know who comes anymore. I don't really know anything, but I don't know about past generations, but I just think in like 20 years, I don't know, we're going to be sitting in Josiah's basement while his wife and kids are upstairs, and it's going to be like me, Kevin, and Evan, and Nate, and Pliskin. We're just going to be sitting around, and we're all going to be like...
Drunk.
We're going to be like in the middle of our midlife crisis.
That's the fun news.
Thank you. AZA can be a very confusing thing. I mean, it takes you out of real life really and just throws you in utopia sometimes, where you can just be sitting in a room with a bunch of guys that if you didn't know them and saw them on a street, you would look the other way. And you can just sit around and listen to some kid talk for hours about the last 4 years of his life, and you can cry and you can laugh, and it's just a bunch of guys sitting in a room. Some of whom have been driving for 3 years and are, I don't know about you, sexually active or something. I'm looking for something in terms of, I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit, but to guys who, I see a bunch of guys in here, I've never even seen them before, and they like maybe haven't even, you know, they like still have to like tell mommy everywhere they're going and haven't even had their first kiss yet and are still worrying about the
Hold on, stop. Of every place you sat on my shit.
I don't really remember the. Did you guys give lives?
Yeah.
They did it the night before. No, they did it the night before.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. We went.
We threw chicken.
Stieglitz, yeah.
That's when we messed up that neighborhood with phone books. At Salzer, at Salzer.
Yeah.
Who drove?
I don't know.
You, me, and Stieglitz or something. Threw chicken bones.
We were like throwing chicken.
Oh yeah. That's where that shit got.
Was it you who came with us?
No, but I like ate it.
Oh.
I remember that.
We brought someone along with us.
So listen, in high school, I don't know, a lot of this is my personal opinion, but I think I'm trying to generalize here about general AZA. High school just goes by, and when you go to college, you look back at it as like, what the hell was I thinking and doing? But yet, I think most people think about AZA and they're like, yeah, I did that, and I did that, and that was a great time.
You're tripping on yourself.
Oh, shit.
Is that you? Excuse me. Oh shit, man, this is fun.
We can show our bodily function. Only Evan's allowed to fart tonight. Dude, is it Evan?
I think that there's like so many different. Listen, it's okay if you guys like mumble and laugh and stuff now. It'll be okay when you laugh and stuff when something funny's going on. But this is, I don't know about last year. Last year was just me and Danny and somebody else.
Mike Berger.
Oh
He had no sideburns.
You got his hair. Yeah. So, I mean, last year's lives weren't really too big, but I think this year's very important. I mean, this is like old Samson leaving. I mean, the experienced members in this chapter now, I think, are Blisket and Nate, and they're like the
Experienced.
yeah, we came way after they did.
Singers What about me?
Pliskin joined like late.
Let's stop fighting over who's experienced.
Hey, don't take this personally. I was just I don't know, Josiah. I can remember hundreds of times. I'm talking, I don't know, we must have been together like at some program or something, what, at least 150 times or something. Yeah. That's a lot of time to just sit and joke around and beat the shit out of people and watch pornos and stuff. No, seriously, I mean, AZA is like... What?
Where you putting it?
So...
Hey, Nathanson, no more pussy talk.
I don't know if I'm gonna get back up here for Kevin or anybody, but... Am I gonna come back up?
Danny's doing Kevin's.
Yeah, who else you got?
So anyway, I'm just sort of generalizing about, I mean, the three guys I really like went through AZA with. And do you have something you want to say?
Yeah. I'm sitting over my elbows and go ahead, talk.
No.
Scott's giving a second life, okay?
No,
Remember, you're presenting for just.
Yeah, let's go to about.
I was mad at the Oh my God.
What's this deep?
Hey, keep that.
I'm not gonna generalize like Scott. But, anyways, I'm just gonna talk about the first time I met Josiah, or the first time I remember meeting him. It was I was going to a program. We were meeting at JB's house, and I was in Josiah's car with a couple other people. I think Ruben was in there. Yeah. But anyways, Nate was in Adrian's car leaving us at JB's house.
Yeah.
And they come to the turn to a street, which is Verona, and Adrian's in the driver's seat, right lane. She makes a left turn out of the right lane and cuts this person off and almost makes that person crash into us.
She almost killed us.
And she almost killed us. Basically. And then Josiah went reverse on a one-way street.
Oh, that's right.
Then, so anyways, that was my first memory of him, and over the past, what was it, 2-3 years?
Ballpark figure.
We've become good friends, and he was at one point my idol to become last year, which I was. Aww. And right shot. But don't forget it. So anyways, yeah, man, you guys have been great for this chapter, and hopefully it'll be great for whatever he does in life. And with that,
Say something personal.
alright, cool. Can I say something?
I can remember my first recollection of when me and Josiah were in the room together. It was at elections when Zimmerman beat Rothman for Godot. I have no idea how that happened.
He beat two straight regional execs, man.
He beat two straight regional execs.
Haha, you didn't beat me, jackass.
Or me. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, you did. You beat me for Gizboy.
Yeah, and I resigned.
Yeah. Anyway. So I beat you.
My relationship with Josiah, at one point, I was going through tough times in my senior year, and I wasn't happy with him. I don't remember why, but we just stopped being friends because I was an idiot. And so he emailed me in Israel one time, and I just wrote him back. When I came home, I just called him and sort of pretended like things are just back to normal, the way they were like a year and a half before that. And it's really cool now because he's like grown up and matured, and I've grown up and matured, and we can just be the same old friends again. I know you still have that maturity phase to go through. And Josiah he always puzzled me as an Olive because he was always one of those guys that liked to stand out, and me too. But there's nothing wrong with that. He always liked to stand out, and I was always impressed by the fact that he could just, he just moved from one step to the next, 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 and he just climbed right up the AZA ladder. And every single time that he got a promotion in AZA, you could say, you could just see his social promotion also, and the girls just idolized him. I think a lot of guys in Samson were jealous because we had at one point just a core of guys, and everybody had a girlfriend or got with them, many girls. And he was always the guy with the girlfriend, and the board position, and the nice family, and
the mom was a cook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love Dory. And now he's just developed into a man. I mean, he just does his shit and he does it well. So, I hope that's enough. I don't want to, obviously, we just want to let him do his thing and talk about all his times, and for myself, and I think maybe for Nate even, and Evan and Kevin, this is sort of like,
You fucking asshole. Oh, you asshole.
Ruben wants to talk too.
He said I just did so.
So I hate you. This is like the cutoff.
Ruben's less to talk.
Ruben wants to talk. I don't know.
I'd like to say that I was Josiah's lonely recruit when he was a boy. Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in Sanson. He would always, drive my ass around.
Wait a second, what about Ira Ross?
That was Leon.
Ari Reichstein.
Oh, hey guys.
No, when I was more.
Oh, guys, I was supposed to be here.
Hey, what is that kid always said?
Hey, this is my life. You shut up.
He'd always call me up, and then Josiah would always say like, "Hey, do you mind this program?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And he wouldn't say anything, and I'd be like, "So?" And he's like, "You didn't ask me yet." And I was like, "Can I get the ride?" He's like, "Oh, sure." He'd ask him, make me ask him afterwards. Thank you. Yeah, Josiah, I don't know, he was the reason, I ran for Shirley after he, pretty much, took me through the whole process, and, and he helped me, he was always there for me whenever I had trouble in AZA, and, yeah.
All right, Scott, continue. And with that, we represent Josiah Alexander Hazen's life.
Alright. You pick it. I can't see it. You know how to use it. I can't see it. Dude, don't let me. I can't see it. It's a more competent one. I have a different one than that. I gotta put it.
Alright, I'm gonna start now. If you guys want to listen, you know,
Eric, it's hard to move him.
Do you want to give me your seat?
No.
Eric, come here.
Who? What?
God, come here for a second.
Why? Why?
Oh yeah, wait. I wanted to start. Hold on. I wanted to start. The senior class is retiring all their basketball numbers. So I want these to hang at meetings every week. We're all gonna have them. And no longer will you be able to wear number 82. Okay.
That chair's too hard.
Alright, put this in a briefcase or something. Dude,
Eric,
Kevin will get you his later.
I got pussy for you, dude.
Alright, shh. Alright. For 4 years now, I've been engulfed in this euphoric society called the Olive Exotic Olive as an active olive in Samson. I have seen a small unsure chapter, and have seen the Henry Monsky two-time chapter of the year I see today. I've experienced the two extremes, not necessarily good and bad, just different. Today, as I leave AZA and Samson for good, I pass another milestone on the road of life and enter into adulthood. It is strange for me to leave behind a place that has been my shelter in a rainstorm for such a long time. Samson has been my big brother, and to quote the Cheers theme song, Samson is where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. No matter what happened at home or in my outside life, Samson has always been there to be a friend and help me continue. Many occurrences and people have molded my AZA experience, and that is what I want to discuss in my time today. Although there is a message, I wrote this, I can't remember. There's a message or two I have for you. Never mind, skip that. Alright, today I can honestly say that I have taken full advantage of AZA in Samson and regionally. I have held 6 positions in the chapter, attended hundreds of programs, been adult during Chapter of the Year award-winning days. I helped us earn Most Improved Chapter as a freshman, and have hopefully provided the glue necessary to hold onto for long-lasting. I can't remember. I've also attended about 20 conventions and have held a regional board position, and have made numerous friends throughout ONR and worldwide. But I will get to the international thing later. I have lived on an AZA existence with 0 regrets. I encourage you to do the same. If there's something you want, go after it. If there's a position you want to hold, run for it. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you can look back at your time in AZA and say, shit, I should have done this, or shit, I should have run for this, or been friends with them. AZA is here to shape immature 8th graders and freshmen into the men of society. Samson does this. I believe that AZA has given me the strength to face the outside world. Also, enjoy Samson. There's no single thing like it. So after finishing my life membership acceptance speech today, Samson and AZA become just another memory. But it's a memory of 4 amazing years. It is strange for an outgoing senior. For their whole life until now, they are shown where to go, and the future is well mapped out for you. Now, after graduating high school about 2 weeks ago, finishing my final track race at regionals, giving my regional life, and trying to one last time to secure my friendships, I say goodbye to one last thing. It's tough for me to do, but Indiana is waiting, and I kind of want to go party at Big Ten school. So I got to go on, no 5th year, I'm not Dave King. That's what I got. Basically, I believe Samson hit his generation that graduated over the last couple years, and what's graduating today is because of Park Day Camp. And Scott Zimmerman recruited Simon, and Shock was there, and Sir Stump-A-Lot. Wait, I'll get to Rick. Okay, and Simon, you can't. This is my house. I know. Who else went to Park Day Camp? Friedman. Did you really? You don't count. Broward, did you go? But you weren't there when I was there. You were there growing with Kevin. And I don't know, we just had, it was just, I had a good times. And when I joined in beginning of my freshman year, what? We'll get to that later. I don't know, when I joined, there were the 4 Musketeers, Simon, Shock, Kevin, and I went everywhere together. And the thing that I remember most about Kevin is we went to see a movie. Scott and I got picked up by
Clueless.
No, I'm not talking about that yet. No, this is Evans. Your memory's later.
Wait.
Oh, this is the parent story.
Okay, yeah, this is a parent story. Okay, I got picked up by them. What do we see? With Bruce Willis. Some movie. Oh, some movie with Bruce Willis.
Wait, are you talking about the time he tried to pay the phone number?
No, you. When you picked us up, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Okay, Diane.
So we got picked up, and Evan's dad had like a Band-Aid on his nose. And like half of it was inside, and half of it was outside. I think it was cotton or something.
Stuff.
It was like a pair of mesh shorts or something. Something was hanging out of his nose.
Hey.
Hey, dude. Sexy.
Alright. And like, I had no idea, how you doing? I had no idea who the hell, like, I don't know, no offense, but Scott thought they were your grandparents. And I mean, they're nice people. You gotta meet Mark and Diane, but, like, I don't know, that's what I remember about Evan. But my story about Kevin is, I told this in my regional thing, but Kevin, we went to the movies, me, him, and the four of us, and we went to see Clueless, and we were looking to pick up girls because we figured the girls would be there. And the only one that kind of came successful was Kevin. And I was sitting in the end, so I couldn't hear what was going on. But Kevin offered this girl $quarter for her phone number. And then she took it.
dying.
And then she took it and threw it up. And then you gave her your hat, and she tossed that too, or something. I don't remember, but she wasn't so pretty, so whatever. What? Yeah, I know. It was fun. And yeah, we went everywhere together, and like it was a lot of fun. And another story I have about Evan is, I don't remember who was with us, but he was studying for the PSATs.
No, it was the three of us and Nate, I thought.
Yeah.
And Abram wasn't there.
No, okay. So he's studying for the PSATs. His parents aren't home. We know they're not home. He told us that because we wanted him to go bowling with us. And
Yeah, I was with you guys.
and we decided to, like, there was a bunch of people who went to the bowling. We decided to stop at Evans to say hello. But we didn't, okay, that was funny for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you see a shadow in the front window, and he's standing there with something in his arm. And it looks like a freaking baseball bat. And then all of a sudden, he like comes out with like a mask on, and like a Ginsu knife. And I don't think he knew who it was. And a plastic sword. Like a plastic like pirate sword you get from Halloween. And he runs after us like swinging him around. He's like, "Wah!" And we're like running shitless. And he grabs one of us. And he puts like the knife up to stab us. And we're like, stop him! You almost killed me, huh?
Sorry.
We
left the chick on this front stoop and you got grounded for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that was what
That was not a good experience.
yeah. And then my Scott memory, this is like all like when I just joined in. Scott and I were like best friends. We met at Park Day Camp again. I think we went to Beechwood Sports Camp together.
Yeah.
And one night we decided we were gonna stay up and like, a couple nights I guess, and we memorized the Blue Book. like cover to cover. Like I can tell you every word in that thing. And then we came up with like chapter, I know weird door, shut up. But like, I don't know, it was that bond that we had, and that was cool.
Josiah, someone here wants to know what the Blue Book is.
Everything about AZA. That's our final member. Alright, my first program I went to was at the Zerman's house. It was there was meetings.
Also offer night?
No. That was disgusting. Okay, no, it wasn't the overnight. That was later. And I was pissed off. My parents got me there 5 minutes late, and like I was yelling at them, and I forgot we were on Jewish time. And like I got there, I was yelling at them, and Zerman comes down, and like I don't know who any of these people are. The only person I know was like Scott and Kevin and Evan and everything. I walked down there, and Dave Wolf is playing like Mike Tyson Punch Out, and his person's name is like fuck me or something. And he's sitting there, and then I don't remember what else happened, but I remember it was fuck me. And then my second program was at Strayer's house. There was meetings also. He was president at the time, and
we all have names there, and I walk in and like I was warned about Dan, and I walk in and Dan is standing, Dan Salzer's standing there with Daisy Duke khaki shorts on, and I was told to stay away. He's a good guy though. I like him. We were friends and everything, but I was just like scared of this kid who was wearing Daisy Duke khaki shorts. And, I mean, he's a pretty big guy, and he was squeezing into those things. And his Scott's friend Ryan Anthony was there, and I don't even think he was Jewish. Is he? Oh, okay.
I think.
So, yeah. But like, so then after the meetings, we're standing there and we're trying to figure out something to do, and you know, a couple people went off and did their thing. Rockman walked away behind the garage or something. And yeah. And we all piled into Stieglitz's car, and there were 8 or 9 of us, and we went to Corky and Lenny's. And they were like, yeah, it's a cool place to hang out. I'm sitting there like, my grandma goes there. But like, all 8 of us were in the front seat, or like in the car somewhere. One of us, I think Kevin was lying over the back of like 4 people. And then one person lying, and then 2, I think like maybe Scott and I were in the front seat, in the passenger seat. And we're driving, and Scott starts fucking around with Eric Stieglitz and hits him. So he slams on the
tickled him in his armpit.
He slams on the plate. Kevin almost flies out the window. And like, I don't know, it's one of those memories you'll never forget. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun. I was on board about a week and a half after I joined because no one else would run for the position. Evan's standing there. I walked down to elections. I wasn't going to run. Evan's politicking for Morey, and he misspelled it on his. He handed out Evan for Morey stickers. Not only did he misspell Morey, but I think he misspelled 4 too.
He misspelled Evan.
No, he didn't misspell it.
That was him.
No.
Hey.
Okay, and so he's sitting there politicking. Dan's complaining he's not allowed to politic. That was when Zimmerman beat Rothman. In the middle of the meeting, he's like, straight up throws the gavel at Rothman's head. What?
It's a good old thing.
He threw something at him.
Where is the good old thing, Jack?
I have no clue.
Yeah. Okay. So Rothman. So we're sitting there from a Montecure election, and I'm not going to run. And like I'll stand all this coxie and no one stood up and then people just started shouting their names like, hey dickhead, you go run. And they're like, I'm not running. So Rothman turns to me, he's like, Josiah, you're running. I'm like, what the hell is this position? He's like, it's calling first, and I'm like, okay. So I run for that, and like I didn't give a speech or anything because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I got elected because no one else ran. And by the way, Zimmerman gave me so many people to call that didn't even show, like, it was his friends from school. So I'm calling these people. I have a list here of, like, all these people. And I made up a roster. And I don't know who half these, well, I know who Fred Gunn is.
Fred Gunn. My guy.
Joe Acevedo.
He's a Mexican Jew.
Josh Sherman, I don't know, Ron Sklar.
I know.
Yeah, he was my
Ryan
temple.
Weiss,
He was in USY.
Josh, you came to a program, Winkelfeld. Jeremy Williams. They yelled at me every week I called them. Because everyone would get pissed at me if I didn't call them. So I kept calling them. And they didn't like me. And Gil Ordenstein?
Gil? I think he's still living in that house.
They never came to program. Shock gave me names too.
I think we should go.
They didn't exist, I don't think. I was talking to mothers each week. So I did that, and I ran for board, and I won. And then we went to LTI a couple weeks later, and Evan and I didn't know anyone, but the Grand Olaf Godot was there, Corey Stern, and we stayed up like forever talking to this guy, and you were telling dirty jokes about Mexicans. There was the 3 of us lined up, and then he was over there, and we stayed up talking to him and everything. And you were making fun of him because he was on the international board, and he thought that was the dumbest thing ever. And everyone was sitting there jocking him because you were going to run for regional board. Like, we sat in the back, and it was like me, you, and we were sitting there with Todd Isaacs and Dale Ziegler, who came in with a different haircut each time. And,
Who the fuck was that?
Dale Ziegler?
Oh,
He had this long hair down to his knees, and then he cut it And we saw him next
He
time with
braided
his
it.
spiked up hair, and then like 2 minutes later, he would like have a hair down his knee.
Yeah, he was my first regional friend. And we sit there, we had no idea what was going on, and Melissa Kaufman was running the convention. We were sitting there, and Jared something or other, I don't know who that was.
Rothkopf.
Yeah, Rothkopf. We were sitting there throwing shit at them, because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And then we got yelled at, and Big Dave started yelling at us. You remember that? Yeah, Big Dave, like, he's huge. So like that was fun. Then we had like an overnight, and like this is the time. LTI was one of my favorite like conventions because one of the things we did was we stood around this circle in the basement, and we stood there singing like AZA songs, and Evan and I were just making shit. We were singing like the Happy Days theme song. We didn't know what the hell was going on, but like there was this bond there, and it was pretty cool. But we still had no idea what was going on. And then we had this overnight, and that was the night that Elsoffer puked on the table, and
Oh yeah.
Dave like cornered off their family room and was watching like Debbie Does Dallas or something, some movie, and he wouldn't let anyone in, but he let him come. I snuck in or something because I wanted to see this movie, and I don't know. I had to talk with Rothman that night, and he talked with Simon and people. And, like it was cool because like that was I felt like I was part of the chat and everything. And then Elsoffer puked, and that was kind of cool too. He puked in the candle box.
On the ping pong table.
On a ping pong table. And then, yeah. This kid he pukes pretty far. And then I decided I was going to run for Maury because I don't know, I was the only one that was running that had been on board before. Then I lost to Kevin. No. Then I lost to Kevin, and then I dropped the Gizboard. I lost to Zimmerman. We're sitting in the back of Dave Wolf's like apartment, and Zimmerman's like with Mike Stiglitz and Mike Stiglitz like sitting in the corner. He was facing the other direction. We don't know what he was doing. And Zimmerman's like, "Please beat me. I don't want to run." And I'm sitting there like, "Then why the hell are you running? I want to do this." And he won. He went out there and he's like, "I don't want to run." He's like, "Don't vote for me. You fucking beat me." And then I dropped again to Sofer, and I lost to Drew Soa, who he was on the answering machine. He left him us in the answering machine. And I was feeling pretty low then, and like I really wasn't into it, but I ended up being Gizboard because he dropped out and then won for Idol the next term, and yeah, so I was Gizboard. I really didn't do it. I did a swim-a-thon. Simon claims it was his idea, but it wasn't. And you can't respond now because it's my time. Then we had regional convention and we won most improved, and like I wrote an essay. I don't know what the hell it was. I just remember writing it. And John, our advisor, Rosenblatt, he was sitting there. He was like editing, but he didn't know what he was talking about. And then he started talking about at the next meetings we went to about barbecue and
girls and barbecue.
And this girl, this rather large girl in Bray, she came up to us and wanted to program with us, and he started talking about fat girls barbecue. No,
Jesse Arba?
No, I make fun of it.
and I don't know, it was set on the wet spot. We won most improved, and I joined, and I was member number like 14 or something. It's weird. There were more than 14 people in this room, and we had like half these people, like, were in our chapter. It's a different feel than it is today, and like, there are pluses and minuses to each one, but it's still, it's good either way, I guess. But you get there's a more feeling like you actually know people in a smaller chapter. That summer. I gotta say something like this because Zimmerman made a comment. I met this girl, and that's his cousin, and I was what? You didn't? It wasn't you. It was Kevin and like Simon. You had nothing.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It was me and Kevin. We did it on three-way.
No.
I was out of town, man.
Alright, whatever. So
No, seriously.
I don't give you a credit.
I was at CLTC. I came back and you told me.
Zip it. Zip it. And I don't know, like I was with her for 2.5 years. And I know, like it took a while for us to be friends again, and we're friends again. And I just like there are a lot of people out here who kind of like, I mean, Scott said it was good and everything, but a lot of people they kind of badmouth me because I stuck with the same girl for a while. And a lot of them aren't here, but like, I don't know, there's a feeling that like when you're with someone like that, not like with them, we're not gonna get into that, okay? Because I don't want to make someone sick, but like, no, I'm just, like, there's just like something to say for being with a girl for that long, someone you can like share that type of stuff with, and she helped me, like, she was the person who introduced me to DBYO, and, you know, I'm in debt to her for doing that, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't want to get the other chat. Next thing I did was, I was Moray next, and I did one shitty job. I had one AIT session where we played bingo or something, and Kevin won or Simon won the game, or something won the game, and they didn't want, I got a porno, which Salzer left on my front porch. He thought it was hysterical to leave shit on my front porch. So I had this naked thing, so I took it and I gave it out of my AIT session. JB went in the bathroom, and and I recruited Ruben.
No, actually.
You were there? No, you weren't there. JB was the only AIT that was there. I had an AIT session for one person. And it was at Nate's house.
No.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
No, but I was there.
No, you weren't.
Brady
Sure.
Simon was there.
Yeah. Oh, Brady was there.
I
think Brady
swear I was there.
It doesn't matter. He's giving.
I didn't
You went out and bought it?
No, I won it, but I didn't want it, so I gave it to
Zip it. Yeah. What are we having like a, well, it was a
When
discussion.
Salzer put the porn on the front porch, is that when he like kept pulling it in and out while you're throwing water balloons and
That
shit?
was a different time. I think he bought it. It was his neighbor. They bought it and dropped it off or something. That was another time that he came over. He just come over and leave like porno all over my house. And once he came over and he just kept driving up and down the driveway. And Simon and I had like water balloons. And every time he'd get out, we'd chuck him at him. And we came after him with a hose and you beat me. And I don't know. I was really pissed off. But I ran for Sophie, I ran with Brady, and we did a pretty good job. Like we were Sophie of the term or something. I don't know. Brady got active for a while, and I guess that was cool. I mean, it was worth it for doing that. And that summer.
You see him, Dory? Oh, shoot.
What are you guys trying to do?
Now we gotta get